Peace, infinite waters, diving deep. Once again, we are out here breathing in that good ass prana, baby. How to overcome the dark side of your zodiac. A girl wrote to me saying that she loves watching my videos. She also shares the same birthday as me, March 3rd. She's a Pisces. And she said that everything I've ever said about Pisceans is pretty much spot on. That we're super intuitive, people dump their dirty laundry on top of our head. But she wants to know, what are the traits and obstacles a Pisces will face? Now, it would be so un-Piscean of me to not talk about every other single star sign out there. So that's what I'm gonna do. We ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? You got a question, ralphsmart.com. Instagram us at Infinite Waters. Put your hand up if you believe in star signs. Don't worry, no one is gonna judge you for it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so about 50% of us believe in star signs, and 50% of us think it's a whole load of rubbish. Now, as a psychologist, as a counselor, but more so, multi-dimensional being, I always get asked, what do I think about star signs? Listen to this very carefully, like really closely. A lot of us, we base our behavior on star signs, right? Ever heard someone telling you, I'm a Scorpio, so that means I behave like this. I'm a Pisces, so that means I can get away with doing this. Like we have an excuse of our behavior because of our star sign. We actually now base our behavior on our star sign. But you see, the ancients saw star signs as more of a guide, a handbook to learning more about our behavior. Slow motion for the ancients. So, all in the ancient world, you see how people were more in the elements than we are today. So if we go back to ancient Egypt, where the first zodiac was found in the Temple of Dendera, right? Beautiful masterpiece there. But if we actually look at the word zodiac, emanating from the Greek zodiakos, we're talking about circle of animals. Then you look at the word horoscope, horror, time, scopus, observer, time observers. So people actually had time to take a look at the seasons and cycles. And the ancients saw that during certain periods of the year, animals were doing some funny things. And if you were born in that month, you were really taking on some of these funny things these animals would be doing. Right? So they actually saw star signs as a great way to learning more about yourself, more about your subconscious mind, who you are, and they aren't the truth of who you are. Let me repeat that. Your star sign is not you. We are infinite. We're so much more, but they're pretty accurate. Let's be honest. Okay, let's start with the first one, right? And when I talk about this, I'm talking about the Native American zodiac, because for me, that is really super accurate. Capricorn. You ain't running anywhere anytime soon. You are the goose, which means if you ever been around a Capricorn, they are super prepared, always kind of on time. They love structure. So you see the goose, the bird formation, look up in the sky and you're going to see them all in alignment. That is a true trait of a Capricorn, right? Very orderly and structured. They love to get the job done, and they do. Now, the dark side of the Capricorn is that sometimes you are so, if I can't see it, I don't believe it. Ever been around a Capricorn who's like, what are you talking about? Right? So Capricorn has to really learn how to fuse more of their right brain with their left brain hemisphere, which is more creativity, as opposed to just logic. Now, let's talk about Aquarius, the water bearer, the age of the water bearer, right? In the Native American Zodiac, you are the otter, which means you are the master of innovation. Look, we're living in the information age, the age of Aquarius. What does that mean? What are we talking about? If you know an Aquarius, if you are an Aquarius, you are a genius of creating anything from anything. Like, you can make a house out of Play-Doh and live in it. You are all about the newness, right? You don't like routine. You are an innovator. You're always on to the next thing. And a lot of people look at you like, how can you just stop doing what you're doing? All of a sudden you just stop, you're onto something else. You're onto something else. Now, the dark side of the Aquarius is that sometimes, like the otter, you always think, I've got to be independent. I can do everything by myself. You don't sometimes like to ask for help. Therefore, you might find yourself alone a lot. No, ask me for help next time. Got it? Great. Now, let's talk about the Pisces, because you are a Pisces and you wrote in about Pisces, right? I'm a Pisces too, and we're going to get along just fine. Now, the Pisces in the Native American Zodiac is the wolf, right? The wolf, the leader of the pack. Pisces is the most influential sign. I'm biased. That's why when we do the 7-day vegan challenge, lots of people say, gosh, I really enjoy the 7-day vegan challenge. Pisces is super sensitive, super psychic, and super intuitive. A Pisces knows what is going to happen before it actually does. How do they know that? Nobody knows. A Pisces is a water sign, feminine energy, super caring, compassionate, and the lone wolf really represents you not following conventional ways how to live, right? A Pisces is very much in their imagination, which makes them a super co-creator. Now, the dark side of a Pisces is that you are, well, I am, really indecisive. Do you want to go out, Pisces? Well, yeah, no, yeah, no, 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 yeah. Kind of becomes a song. So a Pisces, their job and the obstacle a Pisces faces is actually to learn how to become more assertive. And that's what I've had to do, right? And that's why I'm full of confidence. Like, if someone says, Ralph, do you want to go out? I say, no. Yeah. Do you want to eat those avocados over there? Definitely. Let's go for it. Right? So a Pisces has to learn how to really speak their mind because they're already living in their heart. They've got to learn how to keep it really real with people because a Pisces never wants to let anybody down. So a Pisces' job is to realize that no matter what you do, people are going to love you anyway. So don't be so worried about hurting other people's feelings because you're just so lovable. Right? But the dark side of the Pisces, sometimes you might get very addictive. And that's why you want to stay away from drugs. Plants are okay though. But the feet, right? Why is it that ancients talked about the feet and Pisces, that Pisces have a lot of foot problems? Not me, I'm barefoot right now. Feels fantastic. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. It's because Pisces are always helping people. Right? A lot of people come to a Pisces for their problems. Something isn't happening right at home. You're getting into a lot of arguments. You're not taking out the trash. You come to a Pisces and learn how to deal with that. And a Pisces gives you solutions. But the problem with a Pisces is that you now become a sponge. So you got to learn how to really take care of yourself, Pisces. Stop helping everybody before you help yourself. Because once you help yourself, you can really now start to help everybody. That one's for you, baby. Woo! Breathing in that good ass breath. Okay, who's next? Uh-oh. Aries, the fire sign. The I'm so determined to do it and I'm going to do it and I'm full of so much confidence. You are the falcon in the Native American Zodiac. That means you're very strong-headed, big-headed, and strong-willed, and you've got a massive ego. Which, the benefit of that is that if there's, once again, a job that needs to be done, you send the falcon in because there is nothing a falcon can't do. Oh, that's easy. I can do it. Easy, easy. I can do it. Easy, right? So if you know, if you know a lot of Aries, they are super assertive. They know what they want and they know how to get it. Well, at least they think they know how to get it. Whether they get it or not, that's a whole nother story. Now, the dark side of the Aries is sometimes being very conceited, selfish, and arrogant. And what the role a lot of ancient priests used to say about the Aries is that the Aries, the falcon, has to learn how to surrender. You have to meet that water sign that's going to balance your heavy fire energy out to really just calm down sometimes, right? We know you can do it. We know you're bloody bit. We know you're really good and brilliant and stuff, but just take a chill pill. Who's next? Well, if it isn't the Taurus. Okay, let's talk about the Taurus, because Taurus is the bull, and the bull, sometimes the benefit of the bull is that you have this knowing of what you are worthy of. Ever seen a Taurus just likes to embrace a lot of luxury, right? And they know that this life can really be anything they want. They've always got a big ambition to do something. It's never small when it comes to a Taurus. It's big plans, big dreams, big aspirations. And that is super fantastic because they really are here to keep us grounded, very earthy. But at the same time, the dark side of the Taurus is that sometimes they're incredibly stubborn. Like you tell a Taurus, hey, don't do this. And they're like, I'm going to do it anyway. I told you, you didn't listen. That's what happens. So Taurus has to learn how to take advice. It's hard to do, but trust me, it's going to help you out in the long run. Who's next? Well, if it isn't the good old Gemini, the writer, the person who is the master communicator, right? Ever been around a Gemini and they're just like, you actually read one of their books and you're like, how? Like, how did you just weave all of this description into one sentence? You're talking about going to the city, drinking, having love, making love, and eating avocados and dates with cherries on top. But you just said that in one sentence. Like, how? Incredibly communicative, right? Incredibly detailed in when it comes to communicating and getting a message across. So that's why writing is really where the Gemini really thrives. But also communicating, they're great for social parties. But you see, the dark side of the Gemini, who is the deer in the Native American Zodiac, is that sometimes you have a tendency to be really narcissistic. Also, you become, people say you got two sides, and that is so true. You got very distinctive sides. So people think they know a Gemini. No, you don't. Because one time they're like this to you, next time they're like that. So the dark side of the Gemini is really not showing people their true colors. And where a Gemini can really thrive even more is where they become more transparent. Now, let's talk about the Cancer. Okay, the Cancer is the super emotional, right? Governed by the moon. If you've ever been around a Cancer, You know, they give the best hugs ever. They're super sensitive water sign. So once again, they're very much connected to the ethereal realms. Great friends to have, very loyal, gonna be there for you, very supportive, super emotional, right? You don't want to F one of them over, trust me, especially not before we've had breakfast. Now, super passionate as well, very caring, compassionate. Now, the dark side of the Cancer is that they're very secretive. Sometimes they bottle up their emotions. They have a hard time of really expressing openly how they really feel. Because once again, they like to keep quiet about stuff. And sometimes they also think a lot and think a lot and overthink a lot and overthink a lot and overthink a lot. A lot. So Cancers out there, learn how to take a chill pill and get your butt into nature, turn around a few times and just relax. Who's next? Well, if it isn't the wait a minute. The Cancer, by the way, is the woodpecker, right? So the woodpecker, yeah, super emotional creature. Okay, now let's go to the Leo. Now the Leo is the salmon in the Native American zodiac. Now the salmon is super lively. You are someone who has a super big entrance and a super big exit, which means people know when you enter a room because you don't have to say anything, but the spotlight is on you. These are the natural motivators. I know I got some amazing friends as Leos, and if I'm going to have like a party and people need some energy boosting, if that Leo comes to the party is going to turn up, baby. Woo! Right? Because the Leo brings the fire energy to the party, the sun energy to the party, and we're going to get this party started. Now, the dark side of the Leo, what the Leo has to really work on is sometimes being too self-absorbed. People might say they're too vain, they're too into themselves because they always want to look so good. But the great side of the Leo is that they are really here to help uplift the planet. If you got a Leo who is helping people, they're going to help people heal themselves because they've just got so much energy, which is just so infectious, so contagious, and you just feel good around Leos. I used to go out with a Leo. I'm biased. Who's next? Well, if it isn't the bear, the Virgo. Right? And in the Native American zodiac, once again, earth sign. So Virgos are super gonna keep you grounded. They are meticulous for their details. Anybody that knows a Virgo knows that Virgos like things in certain ways. And if you don't do things how Virgos want, then Virgos won't like it because Virgos are cool, but they have to have things done in a certain order. They like structure. The great benefit to have a Virgo, maybe if you're dating a Virgo or even if your friend is a Virgo, is that Virgos see everything, like everything. What you overlooked, no, a Virgo's already spotted it. That's why they are great event coordinators, right? They know the dates and stuff. Now, what is the dark side of the Virgo? Sometimes a Virgo, because they like things done in a certain way, you might become very reclusive and you might end up having no friends. You could be all bare yourself. You like that in there? All by yourself, all bare yourself. You get it, right? Who's next? Well, if it isn't the Libra, the diplomatic crow or the raven in the Native American zodiac. Now, Libras are really kind of all-rounders. They can really get along with any other sign in the zodiac pretty much fine because they are the diplomat, right? Libras are the diplomat. So if you've got a problem, if the house is burning down, call in a Libra and they're going to balance it out. They're going to put that flame out right? That's why if you're in an argument, you want a Libra as a friend if it's with someone else, because they form the peace treaty. They form the peace treaty. So Libras are great to have around if you're always sometimes not in tune with yourself. They will help balance you out, and they also help balance themselves out. Now, the dark side of the Libra is, once again, you can sometimes be way too what, Ralph? I'm waiting for you to say it. Way too diplomatic. For goodness sakes, have something that you stand for a change. Don't just take sides with everybody. A Libra has to really sometimes stand for something strong instead of just agreeing with everybody, because that's really how the Libra, the raven, the crow begins to find their true power, when they really stand for something instead of just being a diplomat all the time. Now, who's next? Well, if it isn't the good old Scorpio, the good old snake. Have you got snakes around you, right? In the Native American Zodiac, the Scorpio was the snake. And this was really the sign of the shaman, right? That's why Scorpios are the detectives of the Zodiac, right? They know everything in detail, right? They know what happened when and where. They are great researchers, and because of that, they make great documentaries. I got a lot of Scorpio friends who make some pretty awesome documentaries. And they make some delicious food too, because they know how to put everything in the right order. They're a water sign, so they are really connected to the spirit realm, right? They're so connected to the spirit realm that a lot of Scorpios sometimes even forget they're on planet Earth, because they're always in a state of meditation, right? They know it. Like, Scorpios actually know it, that we aren't human beings. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, right? The dark side of the Scorpio is that sometimes, once again, you can become very jealous, because when a Scorpio really loves, or whatever they do, they really put their heart into it. They're all into it. So sometimes they can become a bit jealous. But wait a minute, can't we all? True story. Who's next? Well, if it isn't the Sagittarius, the owl. This is like the party animal, right? Sagittarius, if you're a Sagittarius, you're just lively. You're just fun. You're just someone who has to be at the party, right? And a lot of Sagittarius, if you're Sagittarius, like, a lot of them really are well-rounded, fun people. They like to even laugh at themselves sometime, right? They're just that neutral star sign, they're just great to be around. Now, the dark side of the Sagittarius is that sometimes you're the owl, you're the night owl, and you're the party animal, which means you stay up really late sometimes, and you really just do different things. You want new experiences, new adventures. You get bored of the same routine, which is fantastic, but that's fantastic. But the dark side of that is that sometimes you're not satisfied with anything. Like, it's hard to please sometimes a Sagittarius, because they get bored real quick, right? Owls get bored, like, ow, so bored. But the great thing is that a Sagittarius will always be there for you when you need to laugh at yourself. They'll help you laugh at yourself real good. Who's next? Wait a minute, we just done it. What do you mean, who's next? So there you have it in a nutshell. We actually covered all the zodiac signs and showed you how to overcome the dark side, to embrace the light side. Fuse the two together, the dark and the light, and now you become whole. But once again, realize you aren't just your zodiac sign, right? In our society, we base our behavior off our zodiac sign, when the ancients used the zodiac signs to learn more about human behavior, realizing we are all the star signs. Isn't that amazing? Right? We have all aspects in us. Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. We're out here. Infinite waters. Have a beautiful day. I just love you guys. Diving deep once again. How much of that was true? Stay well. Come on, be honest. Stay healthy. Just spill the beans. Peace.